Trump's appearance in court. He was defiant at a rally overnight after pleading not guilty in Miami. Our Rachel Scott was inside the courtroom and we'll have the latest. Also, an ABC News exclusive with the first accuser of the alleged Boston serial sexual assault suspect. Her and her mother sitting down to tell her story for the first time. That and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
All right, the city getting ready to celebrate 4th of July at Woodlawn Lake Park, the free event put on by San Antonio Parks Foundation. The fun will pretty much be had all day long. Look at the day's events, what you need to bring with you, what you can't bring with you. Just head to ksat.com, click on the story. There's a lot more to head here on GMSA in our next hour. Northside teachers and staff getting a pay raise. We're going to look at how much and who is eligible for the payments just a day after we talked about NEISD's pay raise. Plus, summer heat means more people using air conditioning. Why ERCOT now worried about the state's power grid and potential of blackouts across the Lone Star State. And up next, a violent night here in San Antonio. Multiple shootings that we have been monitoring for the last few hours. We're going to get you caught up on everything that's happened and where. Plus, what you need to know on the roadways and in the weather. We're going to check with Mike and Steven in just a few moments.
Right now on GMSA, an Amber Alert issued for a 14-year-old girl in North Texas. What drivers need to be on the lookout for this morning.
Also this morning, we are tracking a violent night across the Alamo City. What we've learned about 3 different shootings and the search for all the suspects.
And looking out there with live cam, what can I say? When you open that door, you're going to feel that humidity. We're already at 80 degrees and things are expected to heat up this afternoon. We're going to be checking in with Mike very soon.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, 6 a.m. this Wednesday. It is June 14th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. So, yesterday, you went outside, you went for a run. You're the inspiration we all need.
Briefly, and with the cloud cover, early, it was still morning technically.
Okay.
I mean, it gets pretty hot in the afternoon, so I'm just trying to take advantage of that cloud cover while we have it because, you know, we're looking forward to some hot days here, right, Mike? I know you triple digits in the forecast.
Yes, indeed. You know, we had been forecasting triple digits earlier on for yesterday and today, but the cloud cover obviously helped keep the intense sunshine out, so that held temperatures down to 95 yesterday. I mean, we're still above normal, but it was the humidity, though. The cloud cover acted, I keep saying, kind of like a blanket, a wet blanket on top of us, and that's what's held the humidity in overnight. So, yeah, when you step outside, it's like running into, I mean, you open up the door, it's just this, you know, pushes back a little bit as you go on out there. And we got plenty of cloud cover hanging around here this morning. Again, that sort of held this humidity in overnight. So we've got these dew points that are some of the highest we see around here ever. 76 Canyon Lake, 76 at Randolph. Sort of think of it as the actual measure of moisture in the atmosphere. And again, you get below 60, that's when it's comfortable. You start feeling it at 60, so then keep going up on the scale with that. What it does, obviously, is give us a heat index of 89 is what it feels like right now in Castroville, 85 at the airport, 87 in New Braunfels. All the allergens are on the low side. The updated count's going to be coming out later on this morning. Heat advisory, once again, has been issued, goes into effect at 1 o'clock up until 8 tomorrow night. Wouldn't be surprised if more are issued, and that red area indicates a heat warning for portions of our southwestern counties because those heat index readings, I should say, are going to be well up there above 110. 98 high temperature today. Of course, with all the humidity, that doesn't tell the whole story. Add anywhere from a good 5, close to 10 degrees to that number. Weekend, long holiday weekend, but going to be hot. Details on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen, past couple of mornings have been very busy today.
We're off to a good start, Mike. Yeah, we're off to a good start. Thankfully, US 90 at Meadow Creek, maybe a little bit busier now that we've entered 6 a.m. A lot more folks heading down into the Alamo City, but you can see at 281 at Sprucewood, we're not spotting major issues. Looks like we have a corridor wire there obstructing our view in some of these shots, but other than that, 37 at US 181. The morning is off to a great start. We did have some issues, though, to talk about. We talked about this one a little bit earlier passenger, State Highway 151 eastbound on Petranco Road. This is really the only problem I've spotted. It's a crash, and you can see it's caused some big delays for drivers. A lot of orange out there, and that is never a good sign. That means that there are some slowdowns taking place, and a lot of folks tend to commute through the eastbound lanes of 151 if they're making their way in from the far west side. So just be on the lookout for that. Unfortunately, I can't get you any TransGuide camera shots from that area, but I'm going to keep a very close eye on it throughout the morning and see how it develops. But taking a look at our overall map, I do say that we're off to a good start because you're not seeing a lot of red or orange out there in other spots. Just a lot of that active construction, which will probably slow folks down a little bit later this morning, but nothing seems to be slowing down folks if they're traveling in to San Antonio from any of these communities. That journey from Boerne should take you about 24 minutes along I-10 eastbound, and no need to hurry if you're traveling in from Bulverde. 281 southbound, 25 minutes at this hour, and it's not too awful from New Braunfels. 27 minutes if you're traveling along 35 southbound. Let's get one last look here at TransGuide. Things are moving once again and a lot bit busier now that we've entered 6 a.m. We'll continue to watch roads closely, and we'll see if we have a better update coming up a little bit later on that crash at 151. Max.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, San Antonio police investigating 3 separate shootings overnight. Take a look. The first one happening around 9:30 last night. This is the 700 block of Palo Alto Road. That's the city's southwest side, just off I-35. Police tell us a man in his 50s went inside the convenience store. When he walked out, 2 men with guns tried to rob him. When he refused to give over his property, police say one of those suspects shot him 3 times in the chest. The victim taken to the hospital at last check in critical condition. The second shooting happening around midnight. This is the 2200 block of Dollarhide. That's near Pecan Valley Drive on the southeast side. Police say a man showed up to a home, started arguing with a man and a woman out in the front yard. Police say that man then showed up and was shot and killed in the street. The shooter was detained by police. And finally, the third one, just before 1 a.m., a couple cleaning a laundromat in the 1400 block of Gardendale. 2 men were eating outside, apparently making a mess in front of the business. A woman tried to confront them. They allegedly slapped her twice in the face. The woman went back inside. The man tried to confront the 2 men. Different man tried to confront them. Police say they pulled out a gun and shot and killed him. The 2 suspects ran off, and they have not yet been caught.
An active Amber Alert has been issued this morning for a missing teenager in North Texas. Police are looking for 14-year-old Jamera Strouder. She was reported missing in Princeton, Texas, which is just northeast of Dallas. Officers are looking for this suspect as well, 34-year-old Lee Carter III. Now, he was last seen driving a 2014 black Mercedes E35 with Texas license plate RNS 2973. If you know anything about where these people are, call Princeton Police at the number on your screen right now, which is 972-736-3901. And yesterday we told you about NEISD approving pay raises for its employees, and now the biggest school district in our area, NISD, announcing that the district will also be giving raises to its employees. Northside ISD trustees approved a compensation package this school year that includes a 3% pay increase for all staff. Now, classroom teachers will see a $3,000 increase, as well as other employee groups. This compensation package increases the budget by approximately $25 million.
Meanwhile, enrollment for most area school districts dropped during the pandemic. However, numbers at SAISD, they were dropping long before the pandemic even hit. So now the district is trying to change that. The superintendent sent district staff a voice message yesterday about possible plans to reverse the effects of losing thousands of students over the last decade. One solution could be a study of school building capacity. The superintendent noted that schools that aren't full, they're actually more expensive to operate, and that district leadership is tired of waiting and seeing what happens.
We want your input and the input of our community before any decisions are made. Your voices and the voices of our students and their families need and will be heard.
Superintendent telling staff not to worry about job security, saying that there will not be any changes before the fall. He also promised to be transparent throughout this entire process.
Topping your morning headlines, the historic arraignment of former President Donald Trump. Hours after pleading not guilty to 37 criminal counts in federal court, Trump lashed out in a speech claiming he has a right to hold on to those records, some including U.S. nuclear secrets. Now, if convicted, Trump's charges carry a potential decades-long prison sentence. Experts say he could avoid that with appeals and a 2024 election win.
He would be able to order his attorney general to dismiss the case if he's now the president and the case hasn't gone to trial.
Federal judge has directed Trump to not discuss the case with witnesses. No word yet on when the next hearing in the case could happen.
All right, the Federal Reserve expected to pause its series of interest rate hikes because there's a new hope that inflation may be on track to return to pre-pandemic levels. New figures from yesterday showed inflation dropping to its lowest level in more than 2 years. But I got to tell you, if you've been to the grocery store, pain is still there for consumers. Airfare, though, it's down 13% in the last year. Gas prices, which are not extrinsically linked to inflation, it's down 20%. While many focus on food prices, housing costs still the biggest contributor to inflation. While trending lower, inflation's still at double of the target set by the Federal Reserve.
If things go on the trend that they're going, when can we expect that inflation will be back to normal levels?
Yeah, I expect inflation to be back to something we all feel very good about, the Fed feels good about by this time next year, maybe a little sooner.
Okay, economists say now is the time to be a smart shopper. They say when consumers balk at the higher prices, businesses sometimes listen.
Back here at home, one person has died and 3 others were injured at Friendswood High School near Houston yesterday after the roof above a boys' gym collapsed. Now, all 4 were construction workers at the campus. The collapse happened around 4:30 yesterday afternoon, and a man in his 20s died at the scene. 3 injured workers were taken to the hospital with minor injuries and are expected to be okay. There were no students or staff in the area at the time. Friendswood ISD says the boys' gym is an existing building that was within a construction site. And here in San Antonio, just over a week after a dam collapsed in the southern region of Ukraine, a refugee in the Alamo City is worried she will not have a home to go back to.
Elena Romanko is from the Kherson region. 10 months ago, she and her children left their homeland, coming to the United States after her husband was captured by the Russian army. Now, her mother still lives in the region. That region now underwater after that dam collapse. Romanko has always dreamed of going back home after this war, but with the impact of the flooding, she's not sure if that will happen. And she operates a bakery here in San Antonio. If you want to step up, help out her and some of the people in the front lines, we have all that information. How to do so right now, just head to ksat.com. Time now just about 6:11, 80 degrees.
And still to come, summer travel is heating up with just weeks to go till July 4th. What you need to know before you take off to your next destination.
And after the break, ERCOT issuing a warning as more people crank up the air conditioning to try to beat the heat. Sarah Costa back in studio telling us what the state's power grid is concerned about and how we can make a difference.
And a little warning for you before you step outside. It's going to be super humid out there. We're at 80 degrees to start your day, and things are expected to heat up today and actually throughout the rest of the week. We'll be checking in with Mike very soon. We'll be right back.
Good morning and welcome back. That's what we've been talking about all week, the expected hot summer temperatures, and with that, a rise in electrical demand, AC. Well, ERCOT now issuing a weather watch to stay on top of the power grid status for June 15th all the way to the 21st.
Our Sarah Costa is here to show us how we can help ourselves and our fellow Texans, especially over the next few days. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Max and Steph. Yeah, so recommended to keep your ACs, during the day, during the highest times, like at 78, 76. I had mine at 78 all afternoon. It was still constantly going because it's still so hot outside. So ERCOT is asking Texans to monitor grid condition updates through their website. So I know this blue is kind of hard to see on your screen right now. So what the blue line or the blue shaded area shows, that is the demand. This is what Texans are needing right now. Now, this purple area is the capacity. So you don't want that blue line to go over or even get too close to it because that would not be good. But right now we're okay. So the grid you see here, you don't want that line to get over, but right now we're good. It's operating under normal capacity, which you can see over here. Everything's good in the green under normal conditions, and there is enough power for the current demand for now. So that dashboard also breaks down where the power is coming from, including solar and wind power sources. Of course, that can all change if demand gets too high. You can also plan ahead to try to reduce energy use and look at the power supply and demand forecast like I just showed you. ERCOT says so far it's not anticipating power outages this summer. And since the days are getting hotter, CPS Energy also telling everyone to conserve energy. So it's released something called the energy conservation levels. You can see the red, orange, green, yellow on your screen right now, and they have different ways to help you save energy and bring down your electric bill costs, like I explained earlier. Maybe encouraging you to keep your AC set at high, even though it's a little warmer, like at 78, 76 degrees during the day to help you with the cost and also help conserve energy. We have a full breakdown of what all of these colors mean right now on ksat.com. Steph, Max.
Thank you, Sarah. All right, so people already out and about this morning. Stephen, anything going on the roadways?
Yeah, unfortunately, we have a few incidents that have popped up, Max. Let's get a look around town. 1604 at FM 78. Not one of the problem spots, even there at 1604 at Pat Booker. In fact, a lot of these TransGuide cameras haven't shown any big problems, just the commute's getting busier. We take you to our map, and you really see that we have some scattered stalls in and around the Alamo City. But the problem we're first going to start is right here at 151. This is something I mentioned a little bit earlier. Those eastbound lanes are seeing a lot more traffic out there. Petrenko Road is where that crash has been pinpointed, and we're not going to get a TransGuide camera shot in that area because it's just too far out. But a lot of red is building up out there. And as you know, 151 eastbound is one of those spots a lot of folks tend to travel through just to get to the downtown area. So if you're coming in from the far west side, start thinking from alternative routes, I should say, and I'll look for some different solutions. I do want to take a drive up here to the northeast side because it does appear that we have a crash that popped up off of 35 southbound at FM 3009. This hasn't been confirmed yet. I have to get on the phone with our friends at TransGuide in just a bit to see if we can get a shot of the conditions out there. But 37 at Jones Avenue, again, these TransGuide cameras aren't showing any big problems, but some of those problems that we are catching are in not in our viewing area, unfortunately. We'll keep a close eye on that crash at 151 eastbound. Just not a good sight right now to see a lot of that red, but here on TransGuide, it's a little bit of a different story.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. You can also see how green the grass is.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, a testament to all the rain that we've gotten. Has that helped keep the heat down at all?
Well, yes. And then that helps because it takes more energy to heat up moist air than it does dry air. So that's kind of adding to the humidity factor, though. Gotcha. So that is what has helped out because, like last year, we didn't really have
not really
diddly for rain. And so it's much easier to heat up and to get those very, very hot temperatures around here. So, but yeah, that's adding to the humidity factor. The one thing we were talking about, keeping your thermostat turned up a little bit more. If you come from the really humid conditions into even a little bit of conditioned air, then it evaporates so quickly, so you almost feel chillier, even though the temperature's up higher.
There's a plus side there.
Yeah. So I mean that is the one thing. You can turn your thermostats up a little bit more this time, and when you come in from that humid air out there, so at least you'll feel a little bit cooler. Any little bit is going to help out. All right, yesterday, yes, a beautiful sunset. Some of this was due to the fact that we had a little bit of smoke around here, but mostly what folks were seeing was just all the haze out there from all of the humidity with a little bit of that smoke thrown on in. We are going to have a similar situation today, starting off the same way. Plenty of clouds out there, and you can see how it's just kind of hazy looking in this picture, and that's because of all that humidity. And temperatures right now, upper 70s, low 80s, anywhere 5, close to 10 degrees above normal, and these numbers are just outrageous. The dew points, the measure of moisture in the atmosphere. So just to put it in perspective, you like to be below 60. That's when it's comfortable. You get above that, up to 70, oppressive, mid and even upper 70s. At one point, the dew point was at 79 this morning there in Hondo. That's just, rainforest kind of steam bath humidity. And actually, now, not a lot, but dew points have gone up even compared to this time yesterday morning. Later on this afternoon, the heat index is going to be well up there, 105, 110, even hotter than that, especially down to the southwest, which is why heat warnings are in effect down around Cotulla, heat advisories elsewhere through tomorrow night. When this goes into effect at 1 o'clock this afternoon, all the way through tomorrow night. One little glimmer of hope is that as time rolls on, we will see lower dew points in the afternoons. I mean, it's still going to be on the humid side, but at least they will be dropping down somewhat. That high, though, is not going to be going anywhere. This thing is pretty much just going to just sort of work its way and edge its way up in our direction. That just continues to push down in the atmosphere, continues to heat things up and keep any sort of rain chances at bay. Not only keeping a dome on top of us, but keeping those lows that are up in the northern portion of the country well away from us. 98 today, 100 tomorrow. And we're looking at low hundreds over the next few days. Again, slightly lower humidity, but, you know, it's kind of a give and take situation. No matter how you slice it, it's still, we're going to be having those apparent temperatures, heat index, if you will, well up into the hundreds all the way through the weekend, all the way into next week. And long range, it's looking like this is going to be the situation at least through the end of the month.
We're going to have to be careful for quite some time.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. 621, 79 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Asthma isn't pretty. It's the moment when you realize that a good day is about to become a bad one. But then I remembered that the world is so much bigger than that with Trelegy, because one dose a day helps keep my asthma symptoms under control. And with 3 medicines and 1 inhaler, Trelegy helps improve lung function so I can breathe easier for a full 24 hours.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Trelegy contains a medicine that increases risk of hospitalizations and death from asthma problems when used alone. When this medicine is used with an inhaled corticosteroid, like in Trelegy, there is not a significant increased risk of these events. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase risk of thrush and infections. Get emergency care for serious allergic reactions. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy for asthma, because breathing should be beautiful.
Good morning and welcome back. Looking ahead, 4th of July, just under 3 weeks away.
And it's no secret that more people are traveling this year, which means the San Antonio airport is staying really busy. Sunday marked the second busiest day for U.S. security checkpoints this year, second only to the Friday before Labor Day. In San Antonio, the TSA says passenger travel is up compared to this time last year. TSA recommends arriving 2 hours before U.S. flights and 3 hours before international flights. If you're planning to fly, early mornings are the busiest, especially on Mondays.
And want to give a shout out to San Antonio International Airport because I think they just won like the second fastest airport in the country.
Yeah, that's what actually caused them to rank so high. I mean, there's some other factors that they look at, but yeah, they're doing good on time. So we should be thankful for that.
Proud. Yeah. All right, time now just about 6:26, 79 degrees.
And still ahead at 6:30, we are tracking new information on a pair of deadly shootings overnight. Our Katrina Weber is live with the very latest in just moments.
And taking a live look out at the roadways. People out and about this morning. We're checking with Stephen Cavazos for everything you need to know before you head out the door.
2 men could face a laundry list of charges connected to a murder at this Easy Wash. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. I'll tell you the connection between that case and a pile of trash outside this business coming up.
Also this morning on GMSA, an armed robbery turns into a shooting on the city's southwest side. Well, we've learned about the victim's condition as police search for the suspects.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City, Mike says the heat continues triple digit after triple digit day. We're going to check in with him in just a few moments.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, June 14th. Happy Wednesday. One thing we do recommend this morning, iced coffee, not hot coffee.
Absolutely. Sure. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. Great day to be here. Also, big day for our Mike Osterhage. Happy anniversary, sir.
Thank you very much. I was going to be showing a picture a little bit later on.
No, I don't want to steal your thunder.
26 years she's been putting up with me, so yes, indeed. So
more the schedule that she has to put up with. I don't know.
That's true too. Yes, try and, the alarm goes off and try and turn it off as quickly as possible. So anyway. Happy anniversary, sweetie. All right, here's a look at what we're dealing with out there right now. All of that haze, and that's just basically all of the humidity that is sitting on top of us, got sort of trapped in here by the clouds that were sitting on top of us throughout the day yesterday, which, yes, did keep temperatures lower than expected, mid-90s, but of course with all the humidity, and those numbers have not really changed all that much. When you get those numbers up in the 70s and to air temperatures 90s, it feels like the hundreds. So officially we have not hit triple digits yet out there at the airport, but of course it feels like at 80 right now. And throughout the area, dew points, these are more like what the temperatures should be, the actual air temperatures, but the dew points are mid and even a couple of upper 70s around here. Just the again, tropical moisture in place. It feels like 87. Actually, earlier this morning, it still felt like 90 in Castroville, 85 at the airport, 87 in New Braunfels. Low amounts of all the allergens. Updated count comes out in about an hour or so. Heat advisory goes into effect this afternoon through tomorrow evening, and heat warnings down there to the southwest with those heat index readings are just going to be sky high. So mostly cloudy, warm, humid, partly cloudy this afternoon. So that's going to keep in more of that humidity, filter some of the sun, keep us in the mid upper 90s. So a lot of folks won't hit 100 just on the thermometer, but it will definitely feel like it. But it is going to be getting hotter tomorrow and hotter through the weekend and even into next week. I don't even want to say details coming up because it's going to be hot up there. Traffic Authority, what's going on, Stephen?
Hey, Mike, we have a busy morning over here now. It's a lot more folks out there on the roadways. We're not catching any major problems from these TransGuide camera shots. In fact, for the most part, the shots show a pretty smooth commute. Looks like there could be a few stalled vehicles out there. Check it out right behind me there at 35 North at 410. But as I mentioned, the problems aren't being seen here on camera. They're being seen right here on our map. 151 eastbound at Petranka Road. I mentioned this crash a little bit earlier, and unfortunately, it has just progressed in a way that we don't want to see. A little bit more of that backup continues to span now 2 miles to West Overhills Boulevard. You can see it right there on the map. We're not going to see any of the conditions out there because there are no TransGuide cameras in that area that could show us those conditions, but we are combing through some different solutions here in the traffic lab. Here's one of that's actually may help you out a little bit. We'll get it more pinpointed a little bit later on, but if you can exit Rogers Ranch, you can actually get onto West Overhills Boulevard and take Culebra if you're just trying to get onto 410. We'll keep a close eye on that area throughout the morning, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like we've seen much progress. Taking a look here at our map, though, thankfully, it's the only big problem spot that we have right now. Everywhere else, it's going to be a lot of the green and a few stalled vehicles, so just be on the lookout and make sure your vehicle is working properly before you get the commute rolling. One last look here in town, US 90 at Meadow Creek. I can guarantee you those folks there are going to start to see some slowdowns. We'll take a closer look and find out some what other solutions you could take, and we'll have that update coming up a little bit later on in the newscast. Steph.
Thank you, Stephen. An active Amber Alert has been issued this morning for a missing teenager in North Texas. Police are looking for 14-year-old Jamira Strader. She was reported missing in Princeton, Texas, which is just northeast of Dallas, and officers are also looking for this suspect, 34-year-old Lee Carter III. Now, he was last seen driving a 2014 black Mercedes E35 with Texas license plate RNS 2973. If you know anything about where these two could be, you are asked to call Princeton Police at the number on your screen, and that number is 972-736-3901.
New this morning, San Antonio police searching for two men who say they made a mess and then committed a murder.
All of it happened outside of business on the city's northwest side on Gardendale Street near Data Point Drive. Katrina Weber is there with a live report.
So Katrina, you mentioned earlier that the man who was killed had simply asked the suspects to just clean up after themselves.
Now, that's what police told us. It's pretty clear that those men did not clean up. Police say that right there is the mess, some of the mess that they left behind. Those suspects, that is nothing compared to the pain that police say that those suspects caused. Officers found the victim dead outside the Easy Wash 24-hour laundromat. When they arrived after 12:30 this morning, they say that the man and woman were working inside this business, cleaning it. Police say the woman initially confronted two men outside who she saw eating and making a mess. They say she asked them to clean up after themselves, then went back inside and got the victim for help. Police say when he confronted those men, they shot and killed him, then ran off. Now, I spoke to a detective who was still here a little bit more than an hour ago. He was not able to give me any description of those two men, and he said that they had not made any arrest at that point. Reporting live on the northwest side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. A man is still in the hospital after he was shot 3 times outside of a store on the southwest side of San Antonio. That happened late last night.
Alyssa Cole joining us live downtown. Alyssa, the victim was with 3 other people when this happened?
Good morning, you all. 3 girls to be. In fact, he had 3 girls inside of his vehicle. The victim is described to be a man in his 50s, and police tell us this all happened on Palo Alto Road near I-35. Now, the man that's in his 50s, he was running inside of a store, leaving those 3 girls behind. When police tell us he was inside that store, he walked out, returning to his vehicle when 2 male suspects with guns approached him, attempting to rob him. The victim refused to give up his property, and that's when police say the suspects fired several rounds, shot him 3 times in his torso, and that man was taken to a nearby hospital. Now, at last check, we're told he's still being hospitalized and he is listed in critical condition. Detectives are working right now on this case to find those suspects. But for now, reporting downtown San Antonio, Alyssa Cole, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Alyssa. Happening today, the trial for a San Antonio man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend back in 2019. That trial now underway.
Brian Ontiveros is facing a murder charge, and Sarah Costa is here in the studio. And Sarah, if convicted, what happens next?
Good morning, Steph and Max. Well, he's facing up to life in prison if he is accused of that murder. He's accused of that murder after investigators say he broke into his ex-girlfriend's apartment and shot her multiple times, ultimately killing her. She's also the mother of his child. So U.S. Marshals say he fled to Mexico for 3 years. They found him in the border town of Piedras Negras in March of last year. The case received national attention when it was featured in the investigation Discovery show In Pursuit of John Walsh back in 2021. So in the show, relatives said Ontiveros taunted the woman's family after her death and even posted illicit images and videos of her online. So the murder trial is taking place in the 144th District Court with presiding Judge Michael Mary, who doesn't allow cameras in his courtroom. Of course, KSAT will stay on top of this case on air and online. Max, Steph.
Thank you, Sarah. Time now, 6:38, 79 degrees.
And just ahead, food can sometimes be the best part of our day and the worst. The foods in your shopping cart that could make you sick. Coming up next.
Good morning and welcome back. It's not something we want to think about, but nearly 48 million Americans, they get sick from E. coli, salmonella, and listeria in their food each and every year.
And nearly 3,000 people die from these food illnesses every year. Leslie Hudson tells us how you can protect yourself.
You need it to survive, but food can sometimes make you sick. Researchers at Consumer Reports recently ranked foods based on how many outbreaks, deaths, and illnesses they caused. The worst offenders? Leafy greens. Foods like lettuces, kale, and arugula were responsible for 50 outbreaks and 11 deaths between 2017 and 2022. These veggies tend to get contaminated by dirty irrigation water.
It's best if you are able to wash your fruits and vegetables.
Contaminated deli meats and cheeses were also found to cause outbreaks of listeria. 90% of people infected with listeria end up in the hospital. Other meats like ground beef, chicken, and turkey can also make you sick.
Meats especially. Chicken is important to fully cook through, and beef, they have specific requirements, 150 degrees or higher to maintain healthy, uncontaminated food.
Some other foods that made the list were fruits like papaya, peaches, and cantaloupes. And surprisingly, onions were the 4th most likely food to make someone ill. Experts say avoid purchasing bruised onions as they allow bacteria to enter more easily. With the foods that could make you sick, I'm Leslie Hudson reporting.
All right, turn to traffic now. Only 6:43, but Stephen, you were saying there might be something going on?
Yeah, Max, we've been keeping a close eye on the roadways, and as we take a look around town, none of it's really being caught here on the TransGuide cameras. The big issue of the morning has actually been on the far west side for folks that are traveling into the Alamo City. This is a crash that I've been keeping a very close eye on, but it does look like we may be seeing some progress. Earlier, we had a whole bunch of red out there, which indicated that there was a lot of congestion, and this crash was holding people up. Now, there was no word yet on injuries or if there were how many vehicles may have been involved. We hope everyone's doing okay, but we know drivers tend to commute through the eastbound lanes pretty early in the morning, so they get pretty crowded, which is why we saw a buildup. Earlier, as I pointed out, it was backed up close to around SeaWorld, 2 miles, and it looks like we have seen some improvement, so that crash may have already cleared. Better news to report out there. But as we give you a wide look at the map, we're going to start to see a lot more of that congestion creep in. We're seeing it, of course, US 90 eastbound. That's the first spot we tend to see a lot of the folks that make their way into the Alamo City, and usually around 1604 near Helotes. But I do want to remind you, US 90 later today is going to get a little bit busier in those eastbound lanes. Prepare for that because we have barrier installation that will wrap around 3 this afternoon. This is what drivers are going to see out there. A single eastbound main lane closure from FM 471 to Metchler Lane. This should take us to the end of the work week, so just make sure to plan your commute ahead of time if you're heading in from Castroville. That could hold you up. But let's get one last look here in town. TransGuide cameras show the commute's busy, but not bad. So we'll keep a close eye on things, but looks like that crash off 151 may have finally cleared.
Very good. And I don't want to talk about the heat right now. I want to talk about you.
Well, I have to give another shout out. And this picture from 26 years ago.
Aww.
Yes, I used to not have gray hair.
I was gonna say, who's the beautiful guy in the picture? What happened?
You guys? Exactly. Yeah. Bonnie looks the same.
Yes, she does.
She does look exactly the same.
Beautiful Bonnie.
I know, she does. She never ages, so anyway. But yes, I remember that very well. And that's my brother back there, and her dad. I think that's my dad, and that's my dad back there. So anyway, happy anniversary, sweetie. All right, boy, this picture is not pretty at all. I mean, we can't even see the skyline looking from Brook City Base up to the north because of all of that humidity that's hanging out there right now. It's not really fog, it's just humidity in the air. And we've got temperatures that are in the mid and upper 70s, low 80s. On average, 5, close to 10 degrees above normal, and because we should be at 73 here in town. And then these numbers are just way off the charts. I mean, you'd love to see dew points down below 60. That's when it's really comfortable out there. Yeah, 60s, mid 60s are okay, but then you get up into the mid and even upper 70s. When you hit about 74, I mean, this is like fog up your glasses, window dripping sort of humidity out there. And throughout the rest of the morning, we keep all the clouds around, and then we're going to see a little bit of sunshine mixed in. But I think it's going to look a lot like yesterday, where we are going to keep a fair amount of clouds around. Yes, it will be blocking the sun somewhat, but we'll still make it up into the mid upperish 90s, and we'll still have those heat index readings well up into the hundreds because of all that humidity that's going to be sort of trapped and underneath this blanket of clouds that we have. So it'll feel like well up into the 105, 110 range, and that's what's prompting the heat advisory all around most all of the area. I mean, it's still going to be hot and humid up there in the hill country, obviously, and with those heat index readings approaching 110 and higher than that, that's why the heat warning is posted down there around Cotulla. And I keep pointing out that it's this area of high pressure, and I'm going to put this into motion over the next couple of days, and you see nothing really changes. What this does is keep those areas of low up there to the north at bay. Nothing can come on in here, so this is just sitting on top of us. It's sort of like a dome that's parked on top of us, and that prevents anything from lifting in the atmosphere, prevents anything as far as rain from trying to form here, and also high pressure literally pushes down in the atmosphere, and that causes it to, or helps it to compress and heat up, and that's why temperatures, and this thing just continues to kind of move on in here, that's why temperatures will continue to go up over the next couple of days, and that whole pattern just is not going to be changing anytime soon. This thing's sitting on top of us, which, yes, I mean, that's sort of the usual summertime pattern to have that high in place, but I mean, this is obviously above normal, a little bit unusual, with temperatures staying in the low hundreds all the way through the weekend going into next week, and then humidity on top of that. Humidity will ease slightly in the afternoons going into next week, but it's still going to feel like it's much hotter than the actual air temperature.
All right, we'll take any tiny break we can get.
From the humidity, yes.
Yes. Thank you, Mike, and happy anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. 648, 79 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up tomorrow on GMSA.
A local mother is desperate for answers about what happened to her son here, changing his life forever.
I need closure. I need to be able to rest.
I'm Katrina Weber. Tomorrow on GMSA, I'll have the latest on the search for his shooter.
And a quick live look out of the Alamo City. It looks calm and quiet out there, but it is hot and humid. We're going to have one more check-in with Stephen Cavazos and Mike Osterhage in just a few moments.
Morning coming up here on GMA, the latest on President Trump's appearance in court. He was defiant at a rally overnight after pleading not guilty in Miami. Our Rachel Scott was inside the courtroom and we'll have the latest. Also an ABC News exclusive with the first accuser of the alleged Boston serial sexual assault suspect. Her and her mother sitting down to tell her story for the first time. That and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
San Antonio police are looking for two men who made a mess in more ways than one. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. Police say those men refused to clean up after themselves and then shot and killed a man who asked them to do just that. That happened around 12:30 this morning, right outside this Northwest Side Laundry Easy Wash here on Gardendale near Data Point. Now, police say they found the victim shot to death outside this business. They believe that he had been working inside with a woman cleaning the business. The woman, they say, came outside and confronted two men who were eating outside and making a mess. She asked them to clean up. Then police say she went back inside the business to get help from the man who she was working with. Well, they say that man came outside, and as soon as he confronted the men, they shot and killed him, then ran off. Police searched the area but did not find the two suspects. They are still looking for them at this point, and they have not released any information on the man who was killed. Reporting from the Northwest Side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Coming up today in GMSA at 9 a.m., Alamo Heights high school seniors are putting their skills to the test. They're launching a rocket that they built themselves.
Tiffany Huertas is going to visit with some of them to talk about their goals and the professionals they worked with on this project.
Plus, Courtney Friedman going to give us an inside look at some of the summer camps that the Museum has available for local kids.
So tune in for that and much more today on GMSA at 9. Also happening today.
This is a story you've been looking forward to for 24 hours.
That's right. Goats will be helping mow down parts of Brackenridge Park. So city officials say about 160 goats will do some natural yard work on nearly 7 acres of overgrowth. And they did the same thing last year, but I missed it. You can read more about it, about the goats and where they're coming from on our website at ksat.com. And just a note, we hear it's going to happen at 10 a.m. So, hey, after GMSA at 9,
so
we can go watch the goats.
All right. Well, 4th of July, just a few weeks away. The city getting ready to celebrate accordingly at Woodlawn Lake Park, the free event put on by San Antonio Parks Foundation. The fun pretty much lasting all day. For a look at all the events, what you can bring, what you cannot bring, just head to ksat.com, click on the story.
Should be fun.
I'm very excited because remember last year we had the drought, we had like 100 days. All right.
Now we get to see the fireworks.
Exactly. People headed out the door. Stephen, what do they need to know?
Well, guys, we made it through. It doesn't look like we have any issues out on the roadways at this hour, just busier traffic. We do actually have maybe a stalled vehicle out there, one or two, but watch out for that as we take you to our map. This crash is cleared out at 151 eastbound, but there's still a little bit of a slowdown taking place. That is just a busy spot, so that's better news to report. As we give you a wide look now at the metropolitan area, you're going to start to see a lot of that orange and red creep in. Always expected. But I'm going to keep a close eye on things throughout Good Morning America. Right now, the commute's looking pretty good. Thankfully, I'm not spotting any big issues that will slow you down just yet, Mike.
You will definitely run into humidity when you step outside. And this is that kind of hazy look. You can't even see the skyline downtown. And because of that humidity hanging on in here, it feels like 84 right now at the airport, 85 at Randolph, 87 in Converse. And we are going to be seeing, in Castroville, beg your pardon. And heat advisory is going to affect this afternoon through tomorrow evening. Temperature in the upper 90s, but it will feel definitely well up into the hundreds with all the humidity today, and it just stays hot and pretty humid all the way through the weekend into next week.
Wow, but today a high of 98 I see there. Let's enjoy the 90s while we have them.
The eternal optimist right here.
Well, it'll be a good day.
See you back here at 9 a.m.